Welcome to this week's episode of MOAR Tech. I'm your host, Michael Amorgan, and this week we're going to be talking about, April Fool's Day, and essentially what it's all about online. Because I think most of us already know about April Fool's Day happening from most of our lives, but online is a different beast of its own, I guess you could say. And so much as to say that when you really go to, I'll just put it like this. April Fool's Day, don't believe anything you see online. Especially if you're using news aggregators. Because those can sometimes take a while, like Google News, it curates and tries to collect information and then it'll give it to you on your feed. Yeah, some of that might be fake. And you might not actually realize what's true and what's not, depending on the company. Sometimes companies even decide to show something off as a prank, and it actually ends up becoming an actual product. A good example of this is actually Pokemon Go. I think it was back in 2014, Google showed off a new form of its Google Maps product. And they teamed up with Pokemon, Game Freak to show off Pokemon in the world where you can go and catch them and all that kind of good stuff. But the funny thing is, shortly after, and about 2 years afterwards, the game came out using Google Maps information. Actually, it was using a lot of information from the previous Google project, which was Ingress, but the point still remained. It was something that was originally just a gag that people had hoped would become real, but didn't actually expect it to. And then it did. And then you have companies like ThinkGeek who actually bring out products that typically seem like jokes, and they sometimes end up sticking around. So today we're going to be going through some of 2019's internet gags and actually taking a look at them. So, I was supposed to be having my co-host, Vicky, on here with me, but she's running a bit late. So, we'll just start and move on from there. So, the first up is, this 250-pound dog. This was posted by The Dodo, which is typically a news, social media curation site, I guess you could say. It's kind of weird, but this is their post.
The size of my refrigerator, maybe a foot taller. Juji weighs about 450 to 460 pounds, give or take. When we first got Juji, he was just like any other dog. He was healthy, about 15 pounds, but I had no idea what I was getting myself into. The first year that we had him, everything was completely normal. The vet said he was growing up fine. Nothing to be alarmed about. It wasn't until about the second year that there were some red flags.
Yeah, that definitely looks fake.
And he could barely fit on the couch, which is a big deal.
Or does it?
I couldn't pick him up anymore, and that's when I started realizing something might be up. We went back to the vet. The vet told me he has a condition where there was too much calcium and vitamin D in his bones, causing him to grow
cannot be true.
At an alarming rate. She said it would not affect his health in any way, but he might be huge. And she was right. As Juji kept growing, I was definitely nervous about how I was going to care for such a huge giant puppy. How was I going to walk him?
I think this dog is Clifford or something.
He was going to be so much stronger than me. Will he stay small enough to at least fit in my house? Luckily, Juji's a pretty good boy, and he doesn't pull on the leash. He kind of fits through the front.
So yeah, you've got these like tame, interesting pranks, or just like fake videos and stuff like that. People will do little bit of Photoshop here and there and just, make it entertaining. But then you've got other companies that really put the effort into it. Like Duolingo, which Duolingo is a company that's known for teaching you how to learn other languages. And one of the things about it is that, well, sometimes with Duolingo, it'll annoy you to get you back on track, to say, hey, you got another course, let's put in another 5 minutes of work and actually get this done and get you to continue learning. Well, sometimes, and in most cases, people don't really listen to that. And so you've got stuff like this.
Here at Duolingo, we know that learning a language works best when you practice every day. That's why Duolingo sends helpful notifications to users to remind them to practice,
like I said,
practice.
This is the annoying
some
thing.
users, we found that's just not effective enough. That's why we're excited to launch a brand new premium feature, Duolingo Push. Since Duolingo can be used wherever
that would typically be me.
Now Duolingo Push can remind you wherever you are. Whether you're at the gym,
and then essentially it just becomes a stalker. So there's that too. Then we have interesting ones like this one right here, where they try to give you the scent of space. And I still don't quite understand this one, to be quite honest. Yeah, I still don't understand this one. So, Lockheed Martin is, well, they're saying deep space is not for the faint of heart, and neither is this bold new fragrance for the people of Earth. Humans have always dreamt of exploring our universe, and today we make a part of that dream a reality. Created by the engineers at Lockheed Martin, this out-of-the-world scent blends metallic notes and creates a clean scent with sterile feel, balanced by subtle, fiery undertones that burn off like vapor in the atmosphere. Okay, so essentially it smells like steel and gas and fire. Okay. I'm not sure who would actually like this scent of cologne, perfume, whatever this actually is. But I mean, props to the video editing for that. But then we have other ones that don't quite make either lick of sense as well. It's essentially a stationary bike. That's a stationary bike. I'll leave it there. Like, that's just, yeah. Then you've got this one, which is a online pregnancy test, which is actually by the ovulation calculator website. They did have it down there that they said, you know, it's fake. But yeah, so let's go with it. Like, yes, Omega, you heard right, an online pregnancy test. So they give us an option, you know, what is this test for? To test if I'm pregnant or to identify baby gender. Hey, White Pancakes, how you doing, man? Let's test out the pregnancy one. So we're testing to see if I'm pregnant. Who will take the test? The woman or the man or the woman? Let's go for that one. What's the age? You know what? Let's put us both. Okay, I was about to say, if that was already giving me information based on the... Why are you putting this up? No. What? Please, I haven't even put anything inside the male owned yet. Hold on, wait. Let's take that out. Nope. Let's start this again. Wrong. Okay. You know what? Let's put in something in the male own and see how this works. We have 10 seconds. If it tells me to pee on this as a man, Something is wrong with this thing. Something is deeply wrong with this thing. Okay, so I'm going to apparently urinate on my screen. I'm not actually going to do that. But I'm going to say that it's been placed. And then it's saying the pregnancy status. No, urine was detected on your screen. Our system could not identify traces of urine on your screen. Please make sure that you place the urine exactly on the red spot. Add urine again. And right here they do... Okay. They do have some important notes to say this is a new pregnancy testing technology. It was fully funded by the Making Pregnancy Digital Initiative. So in before band. Oh god, you guys actually made a clip of it. Okay, so they said that the digital urine sample technology was made possible by the latest release of WebGL web browser API. I mean, that sounds legit. Which allows interactions with the sub-micro layers of any modern LED screen manufactured after 2013 directly through the browser. See all compatible browsers here. I am curious. I press. Hey, and so it actually takes us to WebGL support and it lists those. That's good. Smart. So then we have, there were 110 couples, so a nice even number, involved in testing this online tool over a period of 2 years from the US, UK, Netherlands, and Norway. And the accuracy measured by the team and developers and scientists was 99.9% sure for the pregnancy test and 91.5% test for the baby gender test, which we actually haven't done yet. The accuracy of the baby gender test jumped to 98.7% when the male partner placed a sample of their urine on the screen as well. Oh, wait, was I supposed to have a female piss on the screen as well? Is that the reason why I didn't detect? Anyway, Omega says this is a prime example of educated people wasting talent on useless projects. I completely agree, but it's for April Fool's Day, so it kind of works. And this is an actual website. Like, they do actual, like, ovulation calculations here. So if you're a woman and you're watching this, this is a good website to actually calculate your ovulation dates. This is just their little prank that they did. But, as I say, once you place the urine on the screen, you have to click on the urine is placed. At this point, we've processed the chemicals from your urine locally, and we'll need to send it to our data centers in the chemical test laboratory via the internet for complex analysis. All of this will happen within seconds. Within the 5 to 15 seconds mentioned previously, the automated test system in our laboratory has generated the results, and you will see them on a screen along with breakdown of the most important chemicals related to your pregnancy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so baby gender time. We're just going to go with women. Oh, and it's just a continuation thing, I guess. Urine's placed. Yeah, okay, so it's the same thing. Oh well. Then you've got companies that try to make things that seem innovative as well. Much like that, but in a different kind of format. We've got Lego saying find my brick. It's saying this essentially using augmented reality to help you find the brick that you're looking for, be it by color or by shape. So find my brick. Essentially, we have someone in the comments finding their brick with it being in their foot. Nice. But yeah, essentially this prank, which actually doesn't seem like it would be too bad an idea, is essentially helping you find whatever you're looking for within the heap of Lego bricks that you would typically have probably in a chunk somewhere or box or something like that. So there's that. And this is telling me to log back in. Then you have companies like McDonald's, which decided to make a stop it. Facebook, stop it. They have essentially this is for the night owls. Eating in the dark won't be a problem anymore. With their glow in the dark burger. Now, this is one of two things that they actually had, and it kind of reminds me a bit of, say, from the makers of Find My Will to Live. Essentially, this isn't their first burger. They also have another burger, the all pickle burger for pickle lovers. It's the news you've been waiting for. We're super stoked to announce the launch of our brand new McPickle burger. It's time to tuck into juicy, flavor-some pickles, layer between melted cheese, ketchup sauce, and toasted sesame seed buns. It's time to get treat for all your senses. And this is essentially the video for it, showing the lovely and probably propped up and staged burger that is just having, looks like 4 layers of pickles. On each, it's dual layered, so you're getting 8 layers of pickles in itself, 3 buns, only one of which have sesame seeds, 2 layers of ketchup, one on the bottom and one on the top, and then cheese, apparently both on the bottom and on the top. So you're getting the best of both worlds, I guess? I don't know. This is weird. And this is just weird. This is just weird. Then you've got companies who are offering you instant beer. This one's by Kingfisher. They're an actual drinking water company, so it's kind of weird that they're going for beer, but this is their commercial.
Here is the question. Yes is the answer.
I want someone to look at me the way I look at beer.
Beer, the best damn drink in the world, because beer makes everything better. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy beer, and that's kind of the same thing.
You can't
they
buy
say
happiness,
there's
but you
freedom
can
in
buy
beer,
beer.
and a drink like that deserves to be had anytime, anywhere, isn't it? But often it becomes difficult to carry your beer around
Is
or
he
stock
stealing it?
And we realized it's genuinely a problem.
That's gonna fizz.
A drink as free as beer doesn't deserve to be bottled up.
Wait, what?
As the leading beer brand of the country, it's our responsibility to keep our consumers
But you have it in a
satisfied
bottle.
with clutter-breaking innovations. A beer that's free of all the packaging, that is easy to store, carry, or drink anytime, anywhere. Sounds impossible, right? Well,
Yes.
not really.
Yes, it does.
Not
No.
when you have the best brewers in the country, makers of the world-class Kingfisher beer, working on the problem. Presenting Kingfisher Instant Beer. Add to chilled water. Stir.
Hey, Vicky.
And voila.
This is just
Enjoy the good
weird.
times anytime, anywhere. Same great taste. Cheers.
Oh, it's connecting.
When we were briefed about the product idea for Kingfisher Instant Beer, we felt it was an extremely challenging proposition. The same great taste and quality, all packed into a sachet that you could carry around in your pocket? Impossible. But then, as the leading beer brand in the country, if we won't address the consumer need, then who will? So how did we do it? See, when beer has fermented, you can look at it as water and dry matter. The freeze-drying process separates the two. By putting both of these together, you theoretically get the same beer back.
Yeah, I
So our
mean,
Kingfisher
I would want to
Instant
spit this
Beer
out
packet
myself.
comes with 2 sachets in it. One is the beer powder, and then there is carbonation powder. All you need to do is add this powder into chilled
This
water,
just looks
mix
disgusting.
it, which turns it into carbonated water. And then go on to empty the beer powder in it,
Ew.
mix it.
Why?
And you have a pitcher full of good times. Cheers!
So no more house party worries where stocking up the fridge is a nightmare and your beer bottles fight for space. No more carrying around the weight of beer cases. The good times travel along with you in your pocket. And yes, think good times on tap right at your home when
He's
your
got it
huge
in a
gang of
5-gallon
friends arrive
bottle.
to party the night away. Introducing Kingfisher Instant Beer. Make good times anytime.
Why does it look like he put that in a tea box? Like, what the hell? Welcome to the stream, Vicky. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Parting my tidiness. I could never leave work on time.
It's cool. Next up, though, guys, we do have one which is actually done by Australia, the tourism board for Australia, where they're saying that it's a little known fact that some koala joeys, which are the name for the babies, are born with leopard print fur. We don't know why certain joeys are blessed with such incredible fashion sense, but we're sure little April here is the envy of her friends. Yeah, see, the thing is, that doesn't happen at all. But it's pretty cool that, you know, even countries are trying to jump in onto this fad that's been happening over the years. And I mean, I'll admit, like, it's a pretty decent, like, edit. Like, it looks nice. Like, if Baby Joey's were actually looking like that, I wouldn't really have anything wrong with it. Like, that's cute.
It's cute.
Viper King
Adorable.
is Viper King is saying, remember when drinks were meant to be consumed? Good times. Now we hang them over our kitchen sinks. Sips instant beer. Pretty much. By the way, guys, did you remember the Fire Festival? You know, that thing that happened? Oh, wait, no, it didn't happen here in the Bahamas. Yeah, the thing that did 2 documentaries about. Apparently, WestJet is introducing the Fire Festival. Here we go.
The actual experience is something that is
Yes.
impossible
Yes,
to put into
Omega.
words.
Yes.
But if we did, those words would be world's
Welcome
first premium in-flight music festival.
to Fire.
Welcome to Flight
Yes.
Festival. A
Yep, with
transformative
WestJet.
journey. Prepare to be transformed. An immersive music festival at
Yep.
35,000 feet.
Welcome back to Fire Festival.
Immersive because you're there.
You say you're immersive
On
because you're there.
WestJet 787 Dreamliner.
Nope.
It's the new one.
Fire Festival is not gone, dude. Like, they will keep bringing
An
this
event
back.
that's all about the music. Models. Social influencers.
Oh my gosh.
Social influencing. Social influencers getting down to cool EDM beats. Social influencers getting down to cool EDM beats and feeding cute little pigs. They're emotional support animals. Flyer is an experience and a festival.
Okay. Hold on. They're calling it Flyer. Sorry, my bad. It's not Fire Festival. It's
Did you
Flyer
mention there's
Festival.
models?
I'm a model. I'm a model.
I'm also a model, but I'm male.
A once-in-a-lifetime
Good for
opportunity.
you, male model.
Pretty sure it's
Good
happening.
for you. Of course, they added in the little pigs from the Pig Island.
Nice. So, are you in? Not a chance.
Oh!
Happy April Fools from WestJet.
The sandwiches that they got at the Fire Festival.
That's not bad.
Okay. Yeah. So there's that. I'm a little surprised someone actually went this route. I don't know. Like, they did a pretty good job of a parody. Like, I can't really hate them for this. They actually even have their own article based on it, like, you know, taking part in the April Fool's Day since 2006, so on and so forth. The comments aren't that many.
Extremely.
Oh yeah, I mean, they did an entire video for it with models and pigs and a cheese sandwich. But there's definitely one that really resonated heavily with people, especially because of the time that it was posted. So if you take a look, this was posted on March 29th. This is Tinder saying that they are making a height verification system for the males, because apparently the guys don't really be honest about their height. And those 5'10s, they're actually 5'4s and 5'6s. Apparently they've been sitting on this information now for a few years. And because people aren't being honest, they're now rolling this out. Here's that video. Let's bring honesty back to dating. So you input your height, and then you got to place in your correct height. Seriously correct. Okay, he's actually 5'9". But how does it know that?
Well, interesting. Did they scan his photo or something?
So the way how they're saying how it works is let's see if the link's still in their bio. Nope, this is apparently they changed the link. Apparently that's Tinder University, which is apparently a thing. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, is that they had the spring break thing on? Because they had like this little spring break advertisement for it was like Tinder for college students, so you know who's having the spring break.
I guess this is East versus West swipe off. The Tinder U school with the highest swipe right score wins a free concert with Juice WRLD. I don't know if this is actually real or if this is just like another one of their pranks. Maybe this is. Oh wait, hold on. What I tell my day versus reality.
I try to practice mindfulness. I worry about my entire life.
Okay, no, that's something completely different. But essentially what they were saying is how this worked was you would take a photo of yourself next to a popular commercial building, and then it would scan using, metrics and, guessing.
Essentially the height of the building.
Essentially. Especially since, doors, windows, and so on and so forth from really commercial buildings like, say, McDonald's are typically standardized. And so they would be guessing based off of that and then guess your height based off of it. So in theory, it could possibly be true, especially since there are apps that can measure, like you can use your phone and measure the distance with like how long a door is and stuff like that. Or how big a room is for that kind of thing. And so essentially it could work, but it did leave off with some very awkward comments like must be nice, by the way, that 5'9" self-reported, gotta ask, used to be 5'9" but finally came clean, white lies. Society's height bias is real. Do women really understand why they prefer taller guys? Not likely. They understand the psychology fans. It also went in, there's a lot of people that actually also went into, if guys have to do this, then women have to put their real weight, which is yikes. Yeah, the ladies weren't too happy with that one. Omega says, on paper, yeah, but in practice, that ish will be too buggy, and I completely agree. Say one type of body shaming will get the go-ahead for an April Fool's joke run ad for a major company, and others won't. Spoiler, it's not really it's not the fat shaming one that's considerably social acceptable for the ad campaign. So essentially, another part of it was that this type of gag essentially wouldn't fly if this was putting it on women and their weight versus men and their height. Saying that, there's one you can change and one you can't, being men's height, which you generally can't change once you've finished growing, versus women's weight, which can fluctuate based off of, lifestyle for the most part. And trust me, I know there's a bunch of stuff about hormones and people who can't really lose weight even though they're trying really hard. I understand that. But that's where this conversation left off, so it was not really the best April Fool's Day prank out there. We do also have some stuff from Google, which is typically, again, like I mentioned earlier inside the episode, they're typically well known for doing their own little pranks. For this one, they had Google Tulip, essentially a product that worked with tulips so that you could learn what they want and what they're trying to say to you. Actually, say to you.
Hello, nice to meet you. The Netherlands produce about 50% of all flowers in the world. The most famous one of all, the tulip, of course.
Flowers are really remarkable organisms. We've known for decades that they can actually communicate to each other through their root system.
For the past 2 years, Wageningen University.
Now, I do want to take a pause right there. There has been research that says that trees and plants, depending on the types, can talk to one another to the point where certain plants will actually share nutrients between themselves and leave out other plants so that those other plants essentially die while their sisters and brothers live on. Also to the point where parent trees and plants will actually give off environmental cues and history to the offspring plants so that they can learn to thrive better versus other plants that don't really talk to one another like that. So the idea is there, and I think that's what they're going based off of.
He has been working very closely with Google to use cutting-edge technology to look deeper into communication with plants.
Hello. We collected an incredible amount of information. Using automated machine learning, we turned this information into a new rudimentary language, which is becoming more and more sophisticated over time.
The more we listen to nature, the more we discover the amazing things it has to say.
It doesn't. It has very select things it wants to say.
Okay, Google, talk to my tulip. What do you want?
Water, please.
We've applied all this research into our latest product, Google Tulip.
2 granddaughters, Frances, who just had a second baby.
That is so interesting.
And
Finished. Nothing left.
More.
Yep.
You promised more water.
At Keukenhof we're very excited about tulip technology. We like to know what tulips need, and what better way than to ask them.
I need water, more light.
Please improve humidity.
What is Please come here.
See?
More
There you
space.
go.
No,
There
No
you go.
more compost.
no water. Thank you.
Please.
Who are you?
Why are there so many like
like
me?
this way?
More light.
Of course, this is only the beginning. We're rolling out the tulip language in the beginning of April, but we're already well underway with several.
You want this to be real?
Hello?
No.
Cactus.
Leave me alone.
It's so great not to
Cactus is
have a
antisocial.
one-way relationship with the tulips anymore.
What is the meaning of my existence?
You're getting
Tulip
a
is
little
a
bit too
breakthrough in human-plant communication,
too real there.
letting
Tulip.
users around the world communicate with any tulip.
Okay, Google. Play my favorite music. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So that's Google Tulip. Not an actual product, though you never know. Maybe one day it might.
I mean, they got the AI system for it.
Much like Google Google Maps, they have also done another thing with their maps. Well, with Pokemon Go, now they've actually done Snake. And this was only for a week, but you can go on here and actually decide to play it on their standalone site. So essentially, you can choose between different places in the world. White Pancake says, I wanted to talk to my mango tree to make her produce fruit all year. I don't know, dude. That might be abuse. Tree abuse. But let's go with London. So it says, pick up as many passengers as you can. Be careful, running off the map or into your own vehicle will end the game. Sounds about right. So let's start. Okay, picked up that person. I almost killed myself. Oh, now they've added extra difficulty. There's a Ferris wheel. I don't know if I'm actually supposed to touch the Ferris wheel. Am I? Oh, yes, I was. I was hoping I would not crash. Apparently, I'm going on the water. And essentially, this is how it goes. I am not about to do this full thing. But apparently, I'm taking people to... and I crashed. So, there you go. You can play this over at snake.googlemaps.com. This will be something that's going to be there from here on out. So that is an actual product, quote unquote, that came out. Then you've got the Screen Cleaner, which is based inside your Files app. This is only for Android people, though. The Files app is a real app, and, this is a really neat feature.
These days, we use phones to do a lot of different things. Fun things. Useful things. More fun.
Oh, do you know the dinosaur game that you can play on Google Chrome?
Oh, yeah, the offline one that they have.
Yeah.
That is neat. That's actually one of the most played games in the world, actually. It's kind of sad, though.
Things. But over time, they can get cluttered. Which is why millions of people use the Files app to keep their phones organized and clean. But what about the outside of your phone?
Now, you might not want to. If they're months apart.
There are a lot of ways to keep your phone clean. Wiping, more wiping, cases. Cases for cases. You can even get specialized hardware. But what if there was a way for your phone to keep itself clean from the inside out? Introducing a new feature in the Files app, Screen Cleaner. Screen Cleaner uses the Smudge Detector API to identify imperfections. Using our geometric dirt models and haptic micro-movement generator, Screen Cleaner dislodges dirt, smudges, and more. Once the phone is clean, internal vibration and haptic controls create micro-vibrations, forming a long-lasting non-stick shield around the surface of the phone. So with just a few taps, your screen is like new, with a fresh pineapple scent. Keep your phone clean, inside and out, with Files.
Yeah, so they decided to give your phone a pineapple scent. I have a feeling Omar might like this. Doesn't he like pineapples on pizza?
Pineapple on pizza tastes quite fine.
Oh,
in my opinion.
Oh, so you're a pineapple and pizza lover too?
Yes.
Okay, chat. So question. Are you pineapple on pizza or anti-pineapple in pizza? Whoa! Chiligen says you're blocked. I didn't even get a chance to say that. Wow. Okay. But yeah, like this
pineapple on pizza really does taste good. I know when it's like too much pineapple where it oversaturated. You have to have like the right amount of pineapple on a slice of pizza.
So you can't have too many pineapples on the pizza then?
No, you can't have too much because therefore the pineapple taste is gonna overpower the pizza.
Okay, you heard it from the pineapple lover there. Omega says, sorry, White Pineapple says the only pineapples they like is under the sea. Omega says that will use up way more battery and heat than the phone, but okay, I agree. But the idea behind it would be awesome if it was able to happen. Like if it was able to use sonar or something like that to clean the germs or something from the phone. I don't know. Chiligen says better off putting pineapples in tuna.
Ew.
What?
Ew.
No.
Now that one is nasty.
What? White Pancake says strawberry on pizza. I don't know. I would actually have to try that one. Chiligen says stop.
Oh, might be interesting.
Omega says Hawaiian is alright. They like hot sauce with it. Say Children says you humans need to be cleansed. But moving on to our next Google product is actually the Gboard spoon bending version. So essentially what this is that I'm not going to play the audio for this one, but because it's all in Japanese anyway. But essentially what it is that you bend the spoon, you can plug it into your computer, bend the spoon, and it will type what you are trying to say, I guess. Because the flex sensor is installed in the handle with the rigid circuit board and bendable circuit board or something like that. And depending on how far you push, it will type intuitively. Essentially, yes. They were thinking about doing apparently with a spoon or fork. But like this, it's interesting. Like you can see here where they're soldering it and like testing the bendability for it. It's a fun device for babies, apparently, or magic tricks. They're apparently working with straw versions as well, with their flex motion, and so on and so forth. Oh yes, they're using psychic stuff apparently, and fishing rods. Okay, so they're really going in with this. Oh my gosh. So that's it for Google stuff. You've got stuff though from other tech companies like Roku, essentially where they apparently have pet peeves, like pets being able to play whatever they want to watch. So essentially they want Roku dogs to, well, Roku to be able to be playable for dogs.
Entertainment choices.
Oh, whoops, sorry. I actually
there are
had
millions of pet owners globally. So this paw-specific remote could be a huge untapped market for us.
The new Press Pause remote has innovative features such as animal-themed shortcut buttons, ergonomic paw
essentially buttons
get your
just
pet
for
to
your
their
dog
favorite
to
channels,
press,
such
because
as
you know
Animal
they're supposed to
Planet
know which
and
ones
the
to
Pet
press.
Collective.
You got to train them for that, I guess.
The Press Pause remote works seamlessly with your Roku Player or Roku TV and features Bark Assistant technology.
Bark Assistant technology
Various
is the key
commands
word
are
right
at
there,
your pet's
folks.
disposal, like bark to play, bark to volume, and bark to mute.
Yes.
Built-in subwoofer is designed to reproduce very high frequencies, so your hound's sound is happy in the home. With the Press
so
Pause
they
remote,
get excited
easy
for
access to
what's
your
on the
pet's
TV.
entertainment is pausable.
Yeah, then it changes to what they
The
want.
Roku Press Pause remote will be available for purchase via Roku.com on April 1st, 2019.
And then you've got other pet products as well. Like, my Pancake says his pit bull likes to watch
I
Oprah.
like to watch Oprah.
But yeah, we've got other ones too, like the drone dog walker by Thumbs Up. Essentially, you take your dog, you just, why pay someone to walk your dog when this drone walker can do it for you, featuring a live microphone and camera so that you can talk to your dog as the drone walks it, and leash control technology in case your pupper gets carried away. Click below to shop now. It's for
Robots are taking it. Robots are stealing people's jobs 100% now.
Yeah, exactly. This says different face expressions, camera, speaker, whistle, and turbo fan. It's for £200. You also have the ViPet iPaw, which is for your cats. If in case they want to get outside, it uses their paw print, their specialized, individual, unique paw print, to open up the door, the little cat door, to let them out and in. It also has a timer lock mode and a manual lock in case you want your cat to stay in or out.
That was actually nice too.
If it actually works. And apparently it also works for smaller dogs like the little Chihuahua. Well, that's not a Chihuahua. I forget what they call them. But anyway, apparently standard cat flaps are the mini kitty doors of the past. 2 cats are sometimes better than 1. We agree, however, 2 cats can sometimes turn into 4. And 4 can turn into 4 cats, an unwanted exotic furry visitor, like a raccoon. Install the ViPet iPaw for peace of mind. Click to add to basket for $30. You also have the Catapoop, the most dangerous and eco-friendly weapon, which is, because it's detachable, collect to load up, set it up, and release and fire. And yeah, that's it for that company. But you also have the cat sheet.
We love our cats, and we know how much our cats love their
For
naps.
cats that
but not
like
always
to
in the
lay
most
on
convenient
your
places.
books,
Introducing Cat Sheet.
laptop,
Cat Sheet provides
so
the
on and
napping
so forth.
surface your cat prefers, while giving you the space you need. Cats love napping on paper because it provides an insulation barrier from cold surfaces. The Cat Sheet enhances these natural insulating properties through the application of our thermobaric
So it gives them a
grid
nice
system.
warm
This
area
grid
to
system
lie
is
on.
weight activated.
Much like
and
your
senses
laptop.
when your cat is using Cat Sheet. Once activated, it uses
But it uses
oxygen
their
from the surrounding
own
air to ignite ignite
heat
vapor
and
molecules,
oxygen
creating a
quote-unquote.
layer of tiny heat explosions, providing a consistent, on-demand heating source for your cat, taking the cat nap to the next level. And because of its unique design, you can have cat sheet all over your house, cat sheet on your pillow, cat sheet on your counter, cat.
Essentially, yes. That if this was real, I think a lot of people might actually enjoy this. We also have some other interesting products, like JBL's Party Box with avocado technology. So there you have a huge ass party box that apparently Grandma cannot hear. But this dude can, for whatever reason. Oh, maybe Grandma can hear it. She doesn't seem too entertained by it though. And I think that's essentially like the video, just him dancing next to Grandma. That is not supposed to be there. Then you've also got the Jabra Air Buddy, you know, in case you ever wanted to listen to stuff with someone else. Now you've got a two-person headphone that fits across both heads. Apparently, it's the world's first shared headphone engineered for shared music moments. Comes with an extra light headband that extends seamlessly to accommodate the perfect fit for every pair of buddies, so you'll never have to enjoy another music moment alone. The Jabra Air Buddy comes with the unique buddy mode that promises a shared music experience that is tailored to suit each person's preferences. Fans of Voice Command will be thrilled to know that in one touch, it can also connect to dual voice assistant. White Pancake says, finally a headphone that can fit Dora's head. Wow! Okay, that's a burn. Apparently its features, it's extendable ultralight headband for the perfect fit. It is waterproof. It has smart interaction with dual voice assistant. It has battery life up to 15 hours. It's engineered for shared music moments, and it has a one-touch buddy mode for music personalization via the Jabra app. But that thing is huge. So, we also have telecommunications carriers getting in on this with the phone booth.
Mike, yeah, I can't really hear you. Oh!
And apparently this booth, which is actually built and based off of an actual product that companies actually sell to corporations that decide to go with the open floor plan. So essentially you have no privacy, and you to have a conversation with someone on the phone or a conference call, for example, you would have to find a conference room. Well, conference rooms are not so easy to come by. And so they sell booths like these that you can pretty much go in, set up, maybe take in a chair, and have that conversation, and it's actually soundproofed. This is an actual thing. And T-Mobile is kind of making a prank on it, essentially saying, you know, to get away from the mundane world, they're setting this up in 3 places across the United States. Which I wonder if... No, okay, they took the website down for it. But, yeah, you essentially get off the streets, and... yeah, there's that. They also throw a little jab at AT&T for their 5G technology, because their 5G is not actually 5G. It's actually not even as fast as LTE advanced, which is 5G, 4G. What actually 4G was supposed to be, but whatever. But yeah, so they have the mobile version of that as well, where you put it over your head. They don't actually show that inside this clip, but yeah, there's that. Audible, a company from Amazon, also decided to jump into the action by getting Audible for fish. So you put the headphones on your fish and they can listen to books. This is a special service just for fish. I'm not sure if there's any price difference or tiers or anything like that, or a special plan, or if this falls under their family offering. I can't promise any of that, but you know, the goldfish inside the picture looks happy, so get your fish. Audible for fish. That'll be $5 for that advertisement there, Amazon. You also have Scott Kelly, a guy that was actually well known for being an astronaut and taking pictures of the world, and actually was invited by the Bahamian government to come and visit because of his raving reviews about the pictures that he took and the views that he saw of the Bahamas. Scott Kelly decided to do this commercial along with SodaStream, which is a company that makes, well, sodas out of regular water. They carbonate the water, add flavors, and there you have your soda. With this, apparently, though, well,
when you spend a whole year in space, you face some surprising problems. One of them is the extremely high CO2 levels. Sometimes it's just annoying. Sometimes even embarrassing.
We have with us live from space, Commander Scott Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning, America. Sorry. Every time I went on a new mission,
so essentially, because of his
CO2 levels,
burping problem,
and turned it into something awesome. As I returned to Earth, I partnered with SodaStream, the sparkling water maker brand, and together we developed the ultimate solution.
Introducing SodaStream Me, a breakthrough space technology. Just blow your excessive CO2 into your SodaStream Me and turn your extra gas into sparkling water. SodaStream Me is perfect for any occasion. After having a supersized salsa bean and cheese burrito, in the elevator with your boss, or for a successful romantic night.
Yeah, right.
SodaStream Me. Get it now for just $27.99 on SodaStream.me or...
Yeah. So that's apparently a thing. Use your biological gas to drink more gas in carbonated form. Of course. I mean, it makes sense. It's recycling. Like, this is renewable. Like, this is the way of the future, guys. But like I did mention, there are actual products that do come about, and this typically happens with companies like ThinkGeek. So for this one, we actually have a remote-controlled Mimic package by FedEx. So essentially, you know, someone tries to steal your FedEx package, they'll get the Mimic instead. This comes perfect for those times, especially since people stealing mail in the United States is becoming more and more prevalent, and you know, more and more videos of this are actually happening. So, bam! Now you've got this one-stop shop to keeping your stuff safe. You also have the Rick and Morty Plumbus replica. Essentially, it's yeah, it's exactly what it is. They say that that's impossible. Everyone has a Plumbus in their home. Well, if you're lacking one, keep it quiet. We here at ThinkGeek World Domination HQ can help you fix this before the Galactic Federation notices and finds you for the distinct lack of fleeb. What can you do with your Plumbus? What can't you do with your Plumbus? We don't have to tell you what to do with it, obviously. Don't be a Jerry. Get your Plumbus today. And apparently there are people who already have it and are showing it off in their homes. So yeah, get your Plumbus, guys. But they also have other neat information, like the Captain Marvel Universal Pager for 1 cent, because, you know, it's old technology, just modified by some human turned space alien blood transfusion hybrid thing. Apparently it's for the 90s kids wanted but didn't actually need. Pages are the best paperweights. So yeah, get yours today. It comes with a 2-year contract for $9.99 a month. It's a Captain Marvel Universal Pager that you connect to your phone via Bluetooth. Displays up to 4 lines of text and 80 characters per line. There's no emoji support, however, and it has up to 30,000 maximum character capacity. Has a wireless range of 30 feet, unless you're connecting to Captain America. And it's not actually intergalactic, unless you're connecting to Captain America. But yeah, they also have the Roomba Kirby Robot Vacuum, which sucks up the all the dirt around. Developed by top vacuum technology specialists from MIT, it's voice activated and app compatible, and compatible with most smart home accessories. Yeah, like it says Kirby, mine. White Pancake says I actually want that. They say that Kirby's hunger is never ending. He's inhaled enemies, friends, blocks, bricks, and food, but he's not satisfied. He wants more. He wants to clean your house. Stemming from the years of enhanced vacuum technology and dirt disposal, this Roomba vacuum, Kirby Robot Vacuum uses advanced smart mapping technology to remember your floor plan and respond to a variety of different voice commands. Kirby, otherwise known as the the Knowledge Interface Robot Buddy Yielder, is a complex, intelligent AI emoter that will transition between different poses to let you know when it's full and needs to be emptied, when it's charging, and when it's in regular roaming mode. And because it's Kirby, our developers have brought even more customization. When vacuuming, you'll hear voice sound effects provided by Makito Omihoto, who performed over 41 unique Kirby emotes that have never been heard before. To fully interface with the Kirby Robot Vacuum, we recommend downloading the custom app available exclusively on Switch, though it can function with voice commands only. The app unlocks additional features like the navigated piloting for custom handheld cleaning and Smash Mode, compatible with select robot vacuums sold separately. So if you're in the Smash community, you definitely want this one. But it's for $300. If you click buy now, unfortunately, it does not exist, fans. It does not exist. And hence one of the reasons where we don't actually have any action shots of it. But we also have the Flaming Jam Hoop, in case you ever wanted to impress your friends with your pro basketball skills. For $50. Essentially, yeah, that's pretty much it. Its hoop is built for slam dunks and being on fire. Does not actually exist, but it's fun enough. You also have the Marvel Thor Mighty Mjolnir mailbox. So essentially what it is that a mailbox that is almost and nearly indestructible. And that's it. You just stick it in the ground and that is it. Because your mail is worthy, however. And so that's a thing, but not actually a thing. And you've got the beanbag onesie, where the beanbag is your butt. That's right, folks. Wear your onesie, feel comfortable, and have the beanbag as your butt. So whenever you sit down, you know you're going to be comfortable no matter where you are. For only $90. This one does have a video.
Oh, hello. Has this ever happened to you?
What? Don't really have a place to sit.
Does this situation seem all too familiar?
Someone takes your seat.
Show up late to a meeting, only to find there are no seats left at the table.
And what kind of license each actually make.
Standing in line and, gosh darn it, you just don't want to stand anymore.
Hey, do you mind holding my spot for a couple minutes?
I guess.
All right, thanks.
Well, my friends, we have an answer for those problems. The beanbag onesie. The beanbag onesie is the ultimate in loungewear. A beautiful, soft, luxurious fleece onesie with a beanbag attached.
Look at that.
With the beanbag onesie, finding a spot to sit is never going to be an issue because you brought the chair with you. The beanbag onesie.
Okay, in all honesty, like this thing legit looks like it's a diaper that's just been like exploded in. Like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Like, nah, this thing should just not exist. Omega says this is the ideal male form. Oh my gosh. Okay. OnePlus is also apparently going into the electronic car business. Coming soon. Apparently it's their Warp car. And they're asking if people want to say goodbye to gasoline. We also have stuff from games themselves. I know Guild Wars typically has something that they have inside their game. They've had that since the original Guild Wars stuff, but this year we have something from Final Fantasy. Essentially this little sphere right here that they have in here. Let me see if I could actually get the sphere itself. So yeah, so that thing up in the corner there, that is apparently the sentient form of an elemental god placed in an AI speaker, kind of, that doesn't necessarily listen and is about to kill his family. Moving on, you also have places like Shutterstock, which is typically a place where you go and buy photos from online. But apparently they're having a brick and mortar stock library. So you go there, you have shelves upon shelves upon shelves of high quality watermarked images and videos. For happy millennials holding sparklers. And so on and so forth. Because innovation means moving backwards, of course. So, aside from that, we only have a few more left. And one is the HelloFresh. HelloFresh introducing the Unicorn box. Now, HelloFresh is typically a company that sells, stuff from, they sell you food and they send it to you in a box and you can make your food from it. They have instructions and so on and so forth to eat healthy. So guessing based on that, this is probably going to be unicorn food. I'm not sure if it's going to be actual unicorns or if it's the stuff that what dreams are made of, which is what they have here in the description. This brand new magical box is what unicorn dreams are made of. Maybe it's a mixture of both. What? This is, okay, so we've got a bunch of cakes, pies, a lot of colorful frosting, gummies, sprinkles, looks like almost like a pie, that looks like candied,
pizza!
Noodles? Tacos with filling? I don't know if that's filling or like ice cream or whipped cream or... There's definitely marshmallows.
Like ice cream and marshmallow syrup.
Yeah, so apparently you can get your diabetes on with HelloFresh in the USA. We also have car makers deciding to go retro for us, even to the point of going quite literally like old school resolution with their all-new Passport.
Honda presents the 90s themed trim level for the all-new Passport. The Passport. The authentic look of the new Passport on the outside, yet simplified with everything you love about the 90s on the inside. Fully equipped with a coin holder, digital clock,
okay,
beeper mount,
beeper mounts,
navigation system, air conditioning,
definitely need paper
and forget
mounts.
all those buttons on the steering wheel. The Passport only has one, the horn.
And you can't forget the cassette tape.
Connectivity, organization, It's just the perfect vehicle for those who desire simplicity and can't get enough of the 90s.
They have the extension kit where you have to plug in the cassette tape into the holder, and it has a 3.5 millimeter jack. Yeah, that's plugged in.
I actually even remember like there was one that like you push the cassette tape inside of it, but it had this wire that was leading from the cassette tape.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they plugged in.
Hey, Pam. Hold on. Let me get this right. Pamahontag. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. But, yeah, so Honda's getting in on the action. I think this is one of the few car companies that I've actually seen do it. And then you have, well, we're, Pamahontag, what we're doing is we're actually talking about the different April Fool's Day gags that have actually happened among this year. And kind of like just talking about April Fool's Day gags on the internet on a whole, which we kind of did a little bit earlier on in the show. But this is one right here for old school. Well, High Dive is a company that you can typically go to watch anime on, much like a Crunchyroll's or VRV or something like that. Or I guess in a sense Netflix at this point in time. But they kind of focus more into like the anime cartoons kind of stuff. And apparently this is their Ultimate Master Complete Edition of anime. How does that work exactly?
High Dive is proud to announce the future of entertainment. Thousands of hours of anime, all in one place.
Of hours.
Presenting the High Dive Ultimate Master Complete Collection.
Shring!
On VHS. Amazing anime presented the way it was meant to be seen. An astonishing 4:3 aspect ratio.
4:3.
With thrilling hyper stereo.
Hyper stereo.
On miles and miles and miles and miles.
Miles of tape.
All crammed into a state-of-the-art video cassette cartridge. Featuring all of your favorite High Dive shows.
All of those.
For information, visit highdive.com/news.
Here's just some of the ones that they actually have on here. They have Inu, Boku SS, Ova, Invaders of Rokujoma. Is it wrong to expect a hot spring in a dungeon? Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? Is the Order a Rabbit? Is the Order a Rabbit Season 2? Jewel. Wait, hold on a second there. Jewel Bem Hunter Lime, just because special con season 1, 2 Ova, so on and so forth. Essentially, they just have their entire list, their library on this VHS tape. Their definition here says, High Dive takes a bold step into the future with the latest product announcement, which brings the gap between past and present by condensing every last one of High Dive's awesome shows into one handy VHS tape. View anime the way it was meant to be in a stunning 4:3 aspect ratio. For more information, click this link. We're clicking this link, folks. Is this link still available? It is still available. Here we go. Say those are pure ecchi anime. Don't ask how I know that. I am curious as to how you do know that, Omega. Like, I'm just wondering. But yeah. Apparently, this is thing. Well, thanks for stopping in, Pamahontag. I'm sorry to see you go, but do feel free to come back in the future. But yeah. So that's High Dive Zone. Kind of in an interesting... Actually, no, I'm going to hold on to this one for the last one. We also have Walt Disney. Of course, you would have probably seen at some point in time their Mickey Mouse ears. But what happens when you want to go around and eat and maybe put something down and touch some fabrics or take a picture of something? What do you do then? Well, Walt Disney World has something there for you. Because every Disney World trip calls for ears and snacks. Why not merge them both? So you get Schneers, snack ears. Hold your snacks in the ears because of the deep and wide and it's temperature controlled, reinforced hinges, and a cushioned headband. Because why not? Put your ice cream in there too. And just hope birds don't poop in it. Get your faction snacking. Popcorn. Chicken wings. Turkey wings. All kind of wings.
Gosh, you got this.
Oh, she sneezed and the popcorn came down. A website typically known for coding has actually decided to go back in time for April Fool's Day with their 90s retro theme. And the website that I'm talking about is actually Stacked Overflow. Well, Stack Overflow, I should say, not Stacked. This is a typical website, and it's one of the biggest websites, I should rather say, in the world, where developers and coders typically go for either help with their coding problems or to steal other people's code, which is totally a thing there. You know, that's what people do. But apparently they went old school with it, taking a more GeoCities look and feel with the website design, including the usage of things like unicorns and sparkle trails and gaudy backgrounds and marquee tags. Something marquee, in case you didn't know, were the things that happened back on the websites back in the day, where essentially a trail of text would slowly scroll across the screen like that. And yeah, they brought all this back, and it was just interesting. I think this was it. Yeah, so they called it the Stack Overflow Time Machine. Where, you know, you can even have a guest book at the bottom of the page, so on and so forth. And it was interesting. Apparently we're using JavaScript, but not jQuery, C++, but not Boost, Ruby, but not Rails, Java, but not Eclipse, C, but not C#, Python, but not Django, and Visual Studio, but not .NET. If you spot any bugs, let us know what version of Netscape Navigator that you're on, and we'll get to our webmaster. We'll get our webmaster on it right away. Sorry, but we don't support Communicator, you trailblazers. For those who don't know, you know, Netscape Navigator was one of the first internet browsers out there, and it's since died. But apparently they have a 1.7 megabyte image inside there. That was a lot back in the day, so, you know. But apparently it also said that the image was made back in 1990, so there's that too. Thank you for that, Pamahantang. If you are watching this somehow, even though you said you're gone, we appreciate you telling us that we're cool. But yes, kind of talking on one of the episodes that we did last week, which was, I think it was last week's on. Anyway, it was game launchers and their prevalence and the sheer amount of them in the world nowadays, and how overwhelming the amount actually is, along with how to deal with your friends and connect to them and all that kind of stuff. And this is a very fun parody of that, pretty much touching on every little woe that I actually said inside that video.
We at Corsair believe that things should work better together, but one thing that's never worked well together are game launchers. Normally a PC gamer would have to install over a dozen different game launchers just to play the games they love. That's why we at Corsair are proud to introduce a legendary new step in game launching technology. We call it the Corsair Game Launcher. Now all your game launchers can be found in a single unified digital distribution platform. We've been in touch with some of the brightest minds on Reddit. And with their help, we've made browsing your library of games and buying new ones on all these different platforms easier than ever.
That unheard of
If you need someone to play those games with, just press Shift-Tab to bring up every single game launcher overlay and browse your 15 different friends lists at the same time. If someone new comes online, don't worry. You'll know all about it with our helpful pop-up notifications.
Woo! Notifications!
We've also made it easier to balance your money on all those game platforms. With our Game Launcher, you can convert your money into RG Bucks, a new digital currency to help you buy digital currency.
Just like Razor's Z
Need to
coins.
return a game? Well, you can't.
That didn't really work.
With our new Game Launcher, if you're frustrated by all those games you never play, you can recycle them into brand new games you'll never play. Just select 3 games, click recycle, and you'll unlock a loot box featuring a new game you'll never play. How's that for customer satisfaction? all these
get a
new and
duplicate
exciting
game
features and
for
more.
your 3 games that you
Coming
gave
soon
us.
to Corsair.com in the Corsair Game Launcher launcher. It launches your game launchers.
Corsair launcher. But apparently they're saying that never before have game launchers brought such power and form together in an easy-to-use software with the ability to craft games, manage digital currencies, and bundle software across platforms. This is the one software that you need to experience. We've been listening loud and clear. You've asked for it. We're proud to deliver the Corsair Game Launcher. Yeah. But, yeah. Vicky, we've seen a lot of different games. Well, we've seen a lot of different April Fool's Day stuff over the years. I think it's great that companies actually just dive into this and actually embrace it. I know there was something I did for a company I worked for before. I posted something up that was gaggy. It was actually something from Samsung, and they sold Samsung products, so I thought it would fly. But apparently they were feeling very corporate-y and decided to delete it and saying that we would never do it again, even though we'd done it for 2 years before that. But yeah, so what's your take on companies actually doing stuff like this?
Just been an April Fool's joke. I enjoy it, to be honest. I think it shows how a company, corporate, of the social or fun time, as well.
I honestly think it's great for a company, especially when they're trying to connect with their audience. Because, because if you show that you're lighthearted, I mean, on social media or the internet on a whole, people look for places that are lighthearted, that don't really hold back to that conformity, which is the reason why places like Wendy's blew up on Twitter because of their clapback. And ThinkGeek for making these techie, well, I shouldn't say techie, but these geeky things that relate to their customers. Google with quite literally sometimes bringing out these tech-based stuff. I remember the time that they actually had an option where you could sign up to go live, I think it was either Mars or the moon. But that was interesting. Didn't really come out of anything. But wait, hold on. White Pancake says that he misses Cornhub? Cornhub? Wait, I vaguely remember that. I don't want to look that up, especially on stream. But yeah. So honestly, I think more companies should do this and not feel so. Let me correct my phrasing. Need to not feel so held onto that professional image. It's fine to let loose on a day where it's quite literally known to be a silly day. And most people agree that pranks, gags, jokes on a day like this, or on a whole, are typically best when they aren't really hurting anybody. So long as you aren't like having people come in store to go and buy this product that you have advertised, or you make it kind of like obviously known that this is a gag, either by how absurd it is, or actually just by stating somewhere that, this is an April Fool's Day gag, then what's the harm? And sometimes you don't even need to do that. Quite literally, like I mentioned, Samsung, a world leader in just electronics on a whole, not even just for consumers, but for professional use as well, generally does gags and stuff like that on a day like this. So why restrict yourselves? That's my 5 cents on it. Omega says it's a political stunt to get exposure as a lighthearted vibe. At the end of the day, it's a company, and a company has no soul, but the people working there do. Wow. Okay.
I could see that.
Okay. I mean, I can't really knock that. Essentially, a company is an organization, the building, and the structure behind what the vision, whatnot is. But so I guess it doesn't have a soul. But the people who made the gag do. Does that count? Let me know, Omega. Does that count? Like the people who thought and put this out there for everyone else. Does it count for them? I got you thinking. But yeah, this is actually a kind of long episode. He says, "Meh, I guess." he kind of gives up. Another point. But yeah, so that's actually. Like, was there anything that you really wanted to say about April Fool's Day stuff on the internet?
Not really. I thought everybody was getting on
Wait, for who?
Everybody was getting off on Air Power.
Yeah. Well, sometimes there's stuff that you think shouldn't really. Well, you think it was a gag, but then it comes out days afterwards. Like the news today that actually came out with Apple patenting the ability for your smartwatch and your iPhone to essentially be able to sense gases like your body odor. And so tell you that you stink. Or something like this, which is an actual product from Oppo. It's a pop-up display for your phone. It's a phone in your phone, guys. So you can have more phone for your phone. What the hell is this?
People did say they wanted a larger screen.
What the hell is this? What is the reasoning for this? Like, I saw this and this, like, the first thing that came to mind was this is like an April Fool's Day gag, yes? And then I remembered, wait, no, this didn't. I took a look at the date just in case like this was posted from before, and no, it was posted today, April 4th. And apparently it's the renders that they have is done by Let's Go Digital, but it's an actual patent that they have for this thing. Yes, pop-up phone. See, trying to get it to load on here. Here we go. So, whoop, that's a car. But apparently that's the patenty stuff. So they have it where it's just a phone, then it pops up from the top, and then it can pop up from the side as a different option. Here's
I think I do the side one. Kind of reminds me of a sidekick.
Here's the other option, the side one. So you get more phone for your phone for your phone for more phone for your phone. I don't know, like what? Yeah. So apparently that's a thing. And or it's going to be a thing. This article by Android Authority says, we realize that this just looks like two smartphones on top of each other, but the screen underneath is supposed to be attached to the one on top, and the image above shows the slide-out screen in its outmost state. While this idea also looks very weird, we can at least think of a few applications for something like this. The first and most obvious being the side screen can feature an on-screen controls for a video game displayed on the main screen. It should also be mentioned that just because the company patents something doesn't mean that the company intends to actually create a product based on the patent. We might never see these ideas become real. Okay, so Omega says, when is the talk about Epic Games big brothering games to make them exclusive? Just wondering. Well, we kind of did talk about that just a little bit in the launcher episode for Esports Wrap. If you guys want, though, like, that could be next week's Esports Wrap, and we can talk on that. So, you know, if that's what you want, we can do that. Just let me know. I'll do the research and present to you guys the facts, like I always do. But yeah, that pretty much covers it from this year's April Fool's Day 2019 to stuff that happens after 2019. Well, after April Fool's Day 2019, which really and truly just should have just been an April Fool's Day gag. I'd like to thank everyone for deciding to come on out and actually, viewing the screen. Well, wow, I said screen. Stream. Obviously, the 2-screen thing is still on my head. But and I'd also like to thank my co-host, Viquel, for coming on the stream. And of course, folks, if you do want to be a part of the communications or conversation at any point, we do have a Discord chat that's linked below all of our videos in the YouTube, on our website, in Twitch, on Mixer, it's not on Facebook, but typically it's everywhere. And feel free to jump into the conversation there. We also have a Twitter at MOAR_cookies. If you missed any part of this episode, though, feel free to hit on over to youtube.com/more cookies, MOAR cookies, or our website, moarcookies.com, or listen to any of our podcasts, which is Esports Wrap, which is typically on at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, or MOAR Tech, which is this show, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. And until next time, guys, keep it savvy.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, what?
I was saying take care.
Oh. Yeah, take care.